Hey, I thought I'd go into a quick overview for the initial. Now, the first thing about this game is that it is not, it's not like the game it draws heavy inspiration from, which is Ninja Gaiden. Like, both the pacing of the game and, the way that the moves work draws heavy inspiration from Ninja Gaiden. The ultimate attacks, how often the enemies attack and things like that. It's very obvious what they, were trying to mimic. But the difference is that you don't really have that many moves. I don't know if anyone else has made a video like this, but I thought I'd do it anyway. So your movement's pretty standard. You have a light attack button and a hard attack button. Jump attack with air combos. You have this gun. You have your Ninja Gaiden ultimate technique, pretty much. So you have your dodge, which you can cancel most things out of. They definitely have improved that part. The game is a lot less stiff than it was. There's still some actions that you can't cancel out of right away. I hope that if they continue to do patches that they will fix that. But for now, I'm kind of stuck with this. You can do stuff like this. Oops. Still a little stiff. I hope that they improve it a little more, but some sample combos you can do. So you have a sprint on L1, and what they've changed is that when you sprint, you get this dash attack. And if you push triangle right after, then you get a launcher. So you can do stuff like this. There's a basic combo. You also have the classic Ninja Gaiden ultimate technique. Pretty much that mechanic exactly. Like it chains to other enemies. It takes a long time to come out, and just like Ninja Gaiden, like with how often the enemies attack, you can't just throw it out. You have to create an opening for it. So there are some attacks I don't have. I'm missing this really long combo here, which I can already tell like I'm going to question how useful it's going to be, simply because of how long it is. In this game, the enemies attack constantly, even off screen. It's nice enough to give you full health whenever you finish a scene or a combat encounter. So the damage is not really too annoying. It's pretty much just basic beat 'em up knowledge. You prioritize whatever enemy is the most dangerous, and then kind of go down in rank as you progress through the fight. So pretty standard stuff. You have some basic air combos. You have this one, which is like a roulette spin from DMC. You have two Helmbreaker type moves. There's a charge gun, which I don't have yet. You can tell the English is not great, but you get this counter attack, which I guess gives you a lot of meter back. You need the meter to do pretty much anything, both to shoot the gun and to do your ultimate techniques. Important when you have it full, it's pretty much just a smart bomb attack that just hits everything without even having to aim it. Even if they're not on camera, they still get hit. So if you can kind of hold out with just your basic moves until you get the blue meter full, then you can pretty much knock out an entire wave. So usually what I've been doing for the flow of battle is I've been kind of using it liberally until I get towards the end, maybe like the second wave, and then by the end of the third wave I have a full bar full, and I can just use that to just kind of end the fight. So I'll go ahead and I'll show one fight here so you guys can get a little bit of a better example with some footage. Apparently the voice actors in this are like big name ones. I wouldn't be surprised if that was where most of the money went. There's not really good enemy variety in this game. You fight like the same 6 enemies over and over. Feels like a low-end beat-em-up in that regard. So you get all your health back, and you get coins depending on how well you did in battle. Pretty standard stuff. Ninja Gaiden 2, the modern one, kind of introduced a similar mechanic to that. You got some of your health back. In this game, you just get it all back. There's also a save after every battle, so the levels are quite a bit longer than what you're used to, but you only have to get through one wave before you can just kind of stop playing, so it's very easy to play if you're on a tight schedule. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop my overview there, but you can also purchase stuff at any time. I think the moveset is definitely the weakest part of this game. I think it's the only part that feels repetitive. I think that the gameplay itself has a very good flow to it, but because your moveset's so limited, it feels like it's gonna get old pretty fast. Now I know, you know, the alternative is you have stuff like Modern Ninja Gaiden where, you know, you have this giant moveset and a lot of it is just not practical to use in almost any situation. So here, you know, you have a much smaller moveset, but almost all of it, I've pretty much been using almost all this stuff just in the past hour or two I've been playing. So it's your call, you know, if you want to try it out, it's only $10. It seems like they're still patching the game, so maybe the last few moves that you can't cancel out of too smoothly still will get fixed eventually. Anyway, stop there, I'll put up some more